Although we can't visualize the molar relationship of this patient from the given image, we have been told in the question that the patient has an angles class 1 molar relationship. Now, the angles classification of malocclusion has a lot of limitations because he based his entire classification on the anterior-posterior relationship of the maxillary first molar. So he classified them on the basis of the sagittal relationship into class 1, class 2 or class 3. He did not take into account other plane relationships, such as in the vertical plane there may be a deep bite or an open bite. In the transverse plane there could be a posterior cross bite, or in the intra-arch relationships where there could be crowding, spacing or rotations. So in order to overcome the limitations of this method of classification, certain modifications were suggested. So one such modification was given by Martin Dewey, who used to be Angle's student. So he modified Angle's class 1 into 5 subtypes and class 3 into 3 subtypes. So there are no modifications for the class 2. Now in the class 1, here we see that all of them have a class 1 molar relationship, okay. In that, the type 1 is when there is crowded or bunched anterior teeth or maxillary teeth, okay. So this crowding of the or bunching of the maxillary anterior teeth. Type 2 has proclined maxillary incisors. So this is easy to remember because usually in class 2 we see there are proclined incisors. So here type 2 has proclined incisors. Type 3 has a maxillary incisors which are in crossbite. So the upper incisors are usually retroclined or the lower incisors are normally placed and the maxillary incisors are in crossbite. Now this again you can remember that in class 3 cases usually we see an anterior crossbite. So you can try to remember this through by relating it to that. Type 4 is posterior crossbite, and type 5 there is mesial drifting of the permanent molars because of there must have been some early loss of the deciduous molars or deciduous teeth. So there has been mesial drifting of teeth that is seen. Okay. Now in in class 3 again there are 3 types. So type 1 is when there is an edge to edge bite. So if you see the upper and the lower arch individually, they are in normal alignment. But when they are placed in occlusion, the bite is in edge to edge. Okay. Now type 2, here the incisors, mandibular incisors are crowded and they are placed lingual to the maxillary incisors. Means the incisor relationship or the horizontal relationship is normal. There is no crossbite that is seen. Whereas in type 3, there is a crossbite. Okay, in type 3 there is a crossbite because there is an underdeveloped maxilla and there is a well-developed mandible. So this results in maxillary incisors which are crowded, and because of the well-developed mandibular arch, it is they show a crossbite relationship. Okay, now on the basis of this, if we try to classify the subtype of this malocclusion seen in this patient, what we see here is crowding. Okay, so this buccally place upper canines and lowers also, you can see the canines are out of the arch, so there is crowding. Okay. Now type 4 was posterior crossbite, type 3 was anterior crossbite. Okay, this was posterior crossbite, type 2 was proclination, type 1 is crowding. So the answer here is type 1.